So, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the opening session for the Digital ABC for NGOs program. My name is Paul Sillinge. I am the project lead for this program, and I am more than happy to welcome you all to the opening session. It's been over a year that we've been developing this program. That's why it is it's a very happy day for us all and the team at Riga TechGirls to finally begin it. And I am glad to see that there are so many of you also attending this session live. And I know that there's a lot of you who's going to be attending all these sessions as recordings. So both welcome to all of you who are joining us right now at the 18th of September, and to all of you who will be watching this session sometime when you find the time to do that. So couple of things from my side before we jump into it. I've already gone over the details of how the program is going to go, what should you expect from it in the introductory event. So in case you haven't yet seen it, in case you haven't yet had the chance to watch it, I would really suggest doing so, because there I answer and explain several important aspects regarding this program and what to expect throughout the upcoming months, as well as I do give a sort of an intro on how Slack looks if you choose to join Slack, or where you will be able to find the sessions, their live streams on our website. So yeah, if you haven't yet, I would suggest watching the introductory event recording. It can be found both on YouTube and on Facebook and on the website for the program, and of course also on Slack if you're there. But regarding this opening session, this is the celebratory session. This is the one where we give some encouraging words, some welcoming words, and we also, of course, jump into it. We already start with some content, with some important topics. And so this session itself, it might be a bit shorter than the rest throughout the 3 months we will be meeting each other in this kind of way, but it's going to consist of 3 parts. So the first one is going to be encouraging and welcoming words. The second part is going to be a topic, a speech or a talk about current trends and the need for digital skills. And at the end of it, we are going to go into a Q&A session with the speaker, Andersone, regarding the topics she has had. And of course, you will also have the option to ask any questions regarding the program itself if you choose to. Although regarding topics or questions about the program, first of all, I would like to mention, I will later at the tail end of the session show you where you can do that. But on the website, in the FAQ section, we have added also a place where you can write questions and receive answers to them. So that's one thing. But another way to ask questions or receive answers to them regarding the program and what's to come, or anything else you're really interested in, is then, of course, via the email ngoprogram@rigatechgirls.com. And if you are on Slack, then through the channel questions and answers. Those are the places you can ask any questions regarding the program. During the other sessions, let's try to stick to the topical questions about the thing we are talking about during the session, but these are the places where you can really ask anything that comes to mind. But yeah, before we really get into it, I would like to already give a huge thanks to Google.org, because thanks to whom we were able to create this program to bring it to you free of charge. And of course, I'd also like to give a shout out and a huge thanks to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Latvia for helping and supporting this program in order to reach more people outside of Latvia. This is the first time we're actually doing this kind of a major program outside of Latvia, outside of our sort of comfort zone. So definitely huge thanks to Google.org and huge thanks to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Latvia for helping us reach audiences a bit further than Latvia. I already told you how the session is going to go. One thing I did not mention is that, regarding the questions, you are more than welcome to ask them. Like I said, at the third part of this session, we will have the Q&A and where you can ask the questions. So there are basically 3 places today. One is Facebook. If you're watching the live stream there, feel free to write the questions there. I will see them and I will later on ask them to Anna. Second place is YouTube. most of the sessions, the rest of the sessions throughout this program, they're going to take place on YouTube. So that's going to be the platform you are going to be mostly using to participate in the sessions. So you should familiarize yourself with where the chat box is, which is usually on the right-hand side of the live stream. And so that's the place where you can also ask questions. Or another option is via our website. There below the live stream, below the video, there is also a comment section. You can feel free to write your questions there. One thing I'd like to already mention regarding questions and regarding answers and interaction with the audience between the speakers and the audience, keep in mind that there's usually a 15 or 20-second delay between what we are saying here, what you are receiving. So that's why sometimes it might feel odd that the speakers answer your questions a bit later on than they are written. And yeah, that's one thing that I wanted you to keep in mind. But enough with the technical talk, enough with these things. I think it's time to get right into it. So first up, I'd really like to welcome to our stage the CEO of Riga TechGirls, Anna Andersone. So Anna, welcome to the stage.
Hello everyone. Hello, Pauls. Thank you for welcoming me to the stage. Yeah, I want to start by saying how happy I am that we're starting this program and how thankful I am also to Pauls and the team for making it happen and making it real. So congratulations to the team. We're kicking it off. And I'm also very happy to see all of you here who are joining. I see that there's someone from Armenia and some other places in the world. So I see also some faces and names that I recognize that are from our country here in Latvia. But yeah, happy to see the international people. And as Pauls mentioned, this is the first program of this type, an online international program that we're doing. So we're super, super excited. But okay, so my task now is to also talk a little bit about Riga TechGirls. So Pauls, if you could show my screen. Yeah, awesome. So who are we? Riga TechGirls, we are an NGO, just like you joining here, I suppose, as this program is for NGOs, NGO professionals, NGO people, coming from another NGO. So I'll tell a little bit more who we are and what we do as Riga TechGirls and why should you actually listen to us. So we are a community of people who come from the tech background and want to share the experience of technology. And so we kind of try to develop different programs that put diversity and inclusion in the heart of technology. That is our mission. So we're an inclusive community, and we use technology to, from one side, encourage more women and girls to enter the tech field. But from the other side, we also want to just support everyone in the society to develop their digital skills for a better future for all of us. And thus also this program. We believe that technology is for everyone, that everyone should use it, everyone should deploy it to make their lives better and to be more efficient. And we believe that currently the digital skills are not that accessible to everyone. And that is why we are making different types of programs to kind of bridge this digital divide. Why are we focusing in some of the programs on women? Is because there are only 23% of all the workforce in IT are women, at least in Latvia. In Europe, it's 19%. Internationally, it's approximately the same amount. So we believe that we need to provide more equal opportunities for everyone to be able to use the digital skills. And we believe also that if we look at the NGO sector, that also sometimes there might be people who are not that familiar with the newest trends, and we want to share those. Where do we come from? So we have a quite big experience currently. We started off in 2015. So we've been working almost 8 years now, and we've had more than 100 workshops, 50 plus meetups, and altogether in our online programs that have mostly been local here in Latvia, we've had more than 25,000 participants. So now going up with this first international online program, we are going to add to our international participant base, and we're super excited about that. So we are a community. We are a community that is working on building digital skills training. We also have networking events for the people who are already in the tech field and who would like to enter the tech field. And what I think is most important also for this program is that everything that we do, we try to provide this safe space where people can feel free to learn and to maybe make some mistakes on the way. So this safe space is something that we've found is very important for everyone who wants to learn new things. And we also encourage you to join Slack, which is the safe space that we have for interaction in this program, and raise your concerns, questions, or anything that you find that is important to talk about. So Slack, and we are there on Slack for that, for this purpose as well. Our goals are to increase digital skills. So here are some of the numbers for our country, but we know that also digital skills are important internationally. And if we think about this NGOs program, why did we decide to focus on the digital skills of NGOs? It's because we believe that the future that we are building is very much depends on the people who are involved in the civic societies, in the non-profit organizations. You are the ones who are driving the development of the future of our world. And we believe that you need to be just as empowered as everyone else. And that maybe the things that we have learned as an NGO, working together with the tech professionals, is something that could be beneficial for you as well, for your development and benefit. So if we look at Riga TechGirls, what else do we do? Just for your information. So we have programs with which mostly women, can start their career in tech. We have programs that are encouraging other new startup development. So we have a yearly hackathon. We have a program, Female Founders Across Borders. And we organize Female Founders Lunch for the female founders to meet each other and work together. And we have these programs that improve digital skills of the society. In the previous years, we've had digital skills for school teachers, creatives, and healthcare professionals. These were 3 separate specific programs that we designed for these professionals. Unfortunately, for those of you who are not Latvian, those were only currently available in Latvian language. But this Digital Skills for NGOs, which is the last one in the slide, is the program that we're here in here today. So a little bit about what are we going to focus on in the future. So we do regular events, and most of them are actually hybrid. So if you will be interested, you can also join the meetups and workshops that we're organizing. And you can just follow Riga TechGirls Facebook page, and we post all of the events there. We also have a mentorship program, and that runs every year from January till June. Currently, we are accepting final applications, but here this mentorship program is meant for women who want to transfer into the tech field and for professionals who want to support them. So just in case you know someone who might be interested in becoming a mentor, awesome, they can join there as well. Every year we all organize a hackathon in March. Just if you would be interested, we also plan it for the next year. It's on the weekend of March 8th, because this is the way that we want to celebrate the International Women's Day, by showing that women can also pursue their ideas and build their own startups. And this hackathon is also available online. It's international. You can join if you want to be part of the hackathon, and you decide that, then in March you're free to join as well. We also work with promoting STEM education to girls. So we have a program where we bring girls to the European Organization for Nuclear Research, CERN, and we're going to bring some more girls to CERN in the July next year. I guess I will not go into too many details about the other programs, since if you would be interested, you can find all of that information also on our website. Let me see what, yeah, of course, in our programs, we also have digital skills for NGOs, digital ABCs, the first program in this field, but maybe there might be more. Every year, we also organize a Riga conference coming up on 6th of October. This is where we feature different stories of women who are working in the tech field, about their careers, about their leadership. And if you might be interested, then this conference on October 6th will also be live streamed on Facebook. So it's a possibility to also hear it, and it's always in English as well. All right. What I wanted to mention as well is that we have in Latvia, we have the Riga TechGirls, which is kind of the capital of our country. Not sure how many of you actually are familiar with our country, and later we'll see where you are coming from. But so we have also regional TechGirls movements in Liepāja, Ventspils, Vidzeme, and Latgale, which are regions of our country. And we are also collaborating with some international organizations as well. For example, Cyber Sisters in Cyprus is one of the sister organizations that we are supporting in their development. Let's see. Yeah, so we have also two international projects. One is called Female Founders Across Borders, where we've partnered with Uzbekistan. And we've had 30 women building their own startups go through our program of mentorship and experience exchange with Uzbekistan. So if there's anyone from Uzbekistan, a shout out to you. And also we're currently working on our first collaboration project with Africa. We have two countries there, South Africa and Cameroon. And in this picture, you can see our partners from South Africa and Cameroon visiting us at our STEM School for Girls this summer. So we're going to have STEM School for Girls also in South Africa and Cameroon together with our partners. So this is the type of projects that we work on. And here you can see our board of directors. There's me, I'm the CEO, and we also have Lina, Diana, and Iva on our board, working on the daily activities that we need to do to bring this forward. And here's also a part of our team. These are the most loyal and hardworking people in this slide. And you can see also Paul's here. He's one of our leading senior project managers, also leading this program. But as you see, we have also a wide variety of other professionals on our team. So team is super important. I want to thank our team for being there and for supporting us in all of the sometimes crazy, sometimes ambitious ideas that we've come up with, and especially taking care of having everything at great quality. So thank you, team. And there are many more people actually who are supporting us. You will see also there are lecturers who are joining us. There are mentors who are joining us and who are actually devoting their free time as volunteers, which is amazing. We couldn't do very many of the things that we do here. We could never do them without our amazing volunteers who join us just to support the cause. So thank you. I invite you to join us on the social media. Facebook is the one that has most information also on the event and everything, but also you can find us on Instagram, LinkedIn. We have our YouTube channel, Twitter account, which is now X account. And you can always reach us also at info@rigatechgirls.com if you have any proposals or questions that are not regarding NGOs program, but anything else where you would like to collaborate. So that would be all from my side at this moment about Riga TechGirls. Pulse, back to you.
Thank you so much, and we will see you again in a short while.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving forward, like I said, this program itself would not have been possible without the support from google.org. So that's why I would love to give the floor over to Liza Belozerova, Senior Manager at google.org, Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Liza, welcome to the stage.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Paul. Thank you for having me. Good to be here.
Pleasure to have you here. So it's all over to you.
Thanks so much, and hi everyone. I can't see you all, but I can definitely feel the energy and the passion for what you do from the screen. So my name is Liza. I'm a senior manager at Google.org. Google.org is Google's philanthropy, and what we do, we support nonprofits, nonprofit organizations around the world to help them accelerate their work for the benefits of underserved communities, and we do this in three main ways. First, we provide funding to nonprofit organizations, but we also provide the expertise of Googlers, the employees of Google, and we provide the tech expertise as well. Of course, Google.org has been supporting Riga TechGirls for a number of years now, and we're very excited about how Riga TechGirls has managed to scale their work across so many different areas, geographic areas, topical areas, and sort of super excited about the work started here around supporting the digital skills of the NGOs. So I'll take a step back and talk a little bit about the broader context. A lot of this we read in the news, but I thought it would be helpful, as you all will be having different conversations throughout this session, to kind of paint the picture from the perspective of Google and Google.org, why digital skills are so crucial and why they're so crucial for the nonprofit sector. We do find ourselves in the midst of significant global challenges, and that's probably an understatement. The rising cost of living, energy crisis, climate emergency, increasing inequalities, the war in Ukraine, all while many of us are still finding our feet with new ways of living and working after the COVID-19 pandemic. And as our societies and economies continue to face such uncertainty, we will all need to draw on the resilience and, of course, what we call the digital agility developed over the last years, ensuring that people have the information, tools, and the skills they need to adapt to this new world that we are all facing. It was the North Star has been outlined by the EU Commission's path to the digital decade, and there's progress in areas such as digital skills or supporting the digitalization of small and medium businesses will be key to building a more sustainable, inclusive, and digital future. And this is from the perspective of Google.org, of course, is very relevant to the nonprofit sector as well. So to take the most of this opportunities presented by the internet, the online world, people and businesses and nonprofit leaders need the right set of digital skills. And for many organizations, digital skills are becoming the essentials of everyday personal and professional lives. And some of these skills really underpin how modern work is conducted. Yet, according to the European Commission, only 54% of Europe's workforce has at least basic digital skills or had at least basic digital skills in 2022. It's far from the target of 80% in 2030 as set in the Digital Economy and Society agenda. So there's a bit of work to be done there. And over the last 2 years, during one of the largest upheavals experienced in a generation, Google partnered with governments, expert organizations, and local communities to work out how technology could be used to help people adapt, stay connected, be productive, and keep their businesses afloat. And as Google.org, as Google's philanthropy, we have been supporting nonprofit organizations across different levels of maturity and digital preparedness. But we have seen that digital tools over these last years have helped the nonprofits to both streamline their operations, create tools and new innovative tools to reach their communities, retain and engage the people they serve, and of course, innovate and help solve different community challenges and global challenges. And of course, this is why we have supported Riga TechGirls, as I mentioned earlier, to expand their training to nonprofits to bring this knowledge and catalyze the skills training across the nonprofit sector. We've also funded more advanced digital tech accelerators for nonprofits like Share It in France. If there is anyone here from France, I do encourage you to look at their website. They're doing incredibly brilliant work. In Italy, we funded Union Camere, who also support digital upskilling of social enterprises and nonprofit organizations. And in Central and Eastern Europe, we also supported an organization called TechSoup to run accelerator focused on digital skills for disinformation, helping nonprofit organizations stay safe online. And we have also seen great examples of how nonprofits have used digital resources to expand their work, to scale, regionally scale in terms of more audience reach and adding additional tools to their toolkit. A few examples in France, there is a brilliant organization supporting women entrepreneurs called Femmes de Territoire. And actually through support, through Share It Accelerator, they've built an online community to connect women entrepreneurs in isolated areas and help support them when finding the right community, finding quicker answers, and develop their projects. We were also one of the first to support Base Impact in France, who developed AI chatbot, which supports with employment coaching of underserved youth. And that was way before artificial intelligence and large language models became what they are today. Or we also funded a pan-European nonprofit called Digico to build a Skillify program to streamline impact measurement across digital skill training providers in Europe. So the EU Commission set ambitious targets for 2030, as I mentioned earlier, with the path to the digital decade. But of course, the worsening of global economic outlook increased pressure for EU member states to deliver on these key areas, and closing the gaps in digital skills and supporting digital adoption for small and medium businesses, for nonprofit organizations across sectors is the key focus. And Google.org is committed to playing a part in meeting these goals in the EU's digital economy, with the focus, of course, on the nonprofit sector. We always find that the best solutions come when we and our grantees collaborate with local and regional partners across all sectors, from governments to industry experts, local community organizations. So I would really like to thank Riga TechGirls for continuing to convene across borders, across sectors, across geographic borders, and to advance the digital skills for those who need it most, either it's teachers, women, and now, of course, the nonprofit organizations. And I'm excited to see what you're all going to learn and how you're going to expand and scale and go deeper with your work through the tech tools and digital skills you're going to acquire. Thank you so much for having me today to launch this program, and I'm wishing you all the very best with this. Over to you, Pals.
Thank you so much, Liza. Thank you for the support you've given us, given Riga TechGirls throughout the years. And yeah, we are trying to do the best we can with the support you've given us. And so I really do hope that this program and others are going to be really worthwhile to the participants. It has to be. It will be, definitely. Thank you so much, Liza, once again. So moving forward, I would like to welcome to the stage somebody to give a bit of a story of why digital skills are important, and to talk about his experience learning them and using them. So I would love to welcome to the stage Paul Apostol, founder of Digital Nation. Paul, welcome to the stage.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Riga TechGirls, for inviting me. Glad to see you, Liza, here as well. So my name is Paul Apostol. I'm from Digital Nation. We're an organization based in Bucharest, Romania, and we do a lot of projects in the digital space. And I wanna briefly talk to you all about the tremendous difference that technology made for us, and what we have achieved using platforms and various softwares and interacting with a lot of people using technology. So first, Liza touched a little bit about why go digital. For us, for example, it made a huge difference on scale. So if you want to scale, increase your reach, increase your productivity, we have reached right now a ratio of 500 people to one single mentor, and the program is really high in terms of quality, is seen as being the best in the country, but we have only one mentor to 500 people because of the automation that you can build, because of the journey that you can configure personalized when using platform, and so on and so forth. For example, a different thing that helped us scale is we also have the ability to send the user the right tutorial, micro tutorial, based on the exact spot where the user is stuck. For example, if you have a 4-week program and on week 2 there's something your user cannot do, the platform can know that and can send the exact tutorial on how to overcome that specific obstacle. So scale, it's a huge difference in terms of scale. The second big impact we had is interactivity and engagement. That means using the technology, we can create journeys that are tailored for your type of requirement. You can also add a lot of animations, videos that can create this type of engagement and interactivity. And that also works. Usually people say, yeah, that works a lot with young people, but no, all ages will smile in front of a cute animation that speaks personally to you. So interactivity and engagement is a big value point when using technology and going digital. And also speed. You have a lot of speed. You can search through millions of data points. You can understand a lot of things. You can document a lot of things if you're using technology and digital. The second big point I want to talk about beyond why go digital is how to start. I think it's very important for every organization to be aware of the digital maturity stage they're in. And if if I lead an organization, my organization is at a beginner level in terms of digital maturity, I would start with something that I'm familiar with. I start using a platform such as Zoom or something that's familiar, and I would build around that platform more and more. And I would also focus on bringing in some digital tools internally before I bring some digital tools towards the user. The second stage, for example, intermediate, we're talking about bringing in more custom or more, let's say, choosing the right tool for the right scope, and having the invested time and money to focus on building a program that's at least 50% or 60% digital. And it has a lot of interactions with the user in the digital space, not only giving them access to some links or to some videos and that's it. No, you have to be very present. You have to imagine you need at least at least one interaction per day with every user, and maybe at least 10 interactions per week with the same user, because you need to be there in order to get its attention. So not only the digital maturity of the organization is important, but also the digital maturity of the user you're targeting, or of your members. And you need to go even further. If we're talking about implementing digital tools when when trying to train, I don't know, young people or teachers, you have to really do a detailed profiling of your target market. It's important, the age of the user, it's important, the gender, the location, the occupation, topics of interest. You have to spend time to know your user. For example, if someone likes a particular music band, you can use that type of music band to create engagement in the digital platform. So profiling is super important. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen a little bit and show you some platforms with specific objectives. For example, here is Google Classroom. This is a platform that we are using for learning and for training. It's called an LMS, Learning Management System, and it's a simple platform that you can create topics of curriculum, and you can add documents, you can add links, you can invite users here. And it also has a stream. The stream is a place where people discuss and ask questions, and it's very useful. What's interesting is it also has a mobile application that's very easy to use. So I would use Google Classroom for teachers, for example, or for people that have low digital skills. And the platform will do also reminders before the deadline of a specific objective you have configured in the platform. I really recommend Google Classroom. It also has an advanced way of integrating with your existing database, and you can do some automation behind it. We had a program with 60,000 teachers from all over the country using Google Classroom, and it worked really well. A different platform we're using, and I'm going to engage live translation, is this one. This is a platform that we use for micro-learning. Micro-learning means that I can I can have a configuration of one video which speaks around 2 or 4 minutes about the specific topic you want to teach, and then you can have some text and some action points that can be configured like questions or things you want the user to do. And it's really around the idea of micro learning, because that's very useful nowadays, where we have a small attention span. And it also has instant recognition mechanism. So if I complete one small action, it will give me some knowledge points, and it will show in the bottom I have added another 5 knowledge points to my total points. And these kind of points can help you win stuff, and we do a lot of challenges, and you have 3 lives, and you can lose your 1 life, like in some games we used to play, if you're lagging behind. And this kind of application is really useful in creating a very engaging and different learning experience, in helping your user to stay more than 5 to 10 minutes in front of the learning platform. So that's very important. Another type of platform we have used a lot is called Workplace. Why is this so important? Because for people that have low digital skills, this platform is identical with Facebook. And this is important because the user will most likely already have the dexterity and the orientation inside the platform. This is a big cost when we're talking about custom platform. You have to have the users understand and be orientated inside the platform. But if you're talking about a platform that's identical with Facebook, then this is already the case for most of the users you're targeting. So here you'll have a lot of, here is what we call update communication type of platform. So that means I can post this and you can see it tonight or tomorrow, and you can react to it. And that's very important. And here you can configure a lot of spaces with a specific objective. For example, we have a group that's called Employability Lounge, and that's for the people who want to get employed and they are looking for a job. And here we have a lot of content around that specific topic. But we also have groups that are geographically orientated, such as this one. So you will see, you will be able to do what we call micro community management and macro community management. And that's important because you will have different messages towards different subsets of your community when you're managing, let's say, 1,000 people or 5,000 people, and so on. Going forward, this is a different type of platform that we call instant communication platform. It's like Slack or every other platform where you can say something and usually people will immediately interact. So it's an instant communication application. It's like a chat. And this is very helpful because people, this is super dynamic, but you won't be able to be aware of everything that has been written compared to this platform where you can set up important posts or you can prioritize them and so on and so forth. The difference here in in instant communication is we have a lot of engagement generated by the community. When you reach a certain level of users, you can harness the power of community engagement. They will engage themselves, and that's very, very useful. And also here, for example, this specific platform helps us to do an online hackathon. It's the only way we found how to engage 200 people in the same time from different location, because it gives you a type of share screen and voice, and you can create like a room where a lot of people will check on each other's work, ask about their progress, and they will work on their challenge. These type of platforms, for example, this is a custom platform that was built specifically for teachers in Romania, and the level of digital maturity when we're talking about the teachers in Romania is really, really low. But because the application is so useful in terms of the content and what it brings to them, they started to learn and they like the interaction so much. It has a lot of videos, small animations. You can do quizzes, you can do reports on everyone. It will tell you priority that you need to address in your classroom, people that have low scores on some specific topics, and you need to prioritize them. So it gives them a lot of value. So if you're relevant enough, people will pay the cost of attention and of learning the platform you want to help them with. So I think we can close the share screen. In the end, what I think is very, very important as final consideration is that I think digital and technology focus needs to be a management decision. I think that would be the first step. And that means you need to actually steer your organization towards digital solutions. That means also budget allocation. Something very important that you can do is have someone in the organization be in charge, like a digital transformation manager, to have this kind of ownership in terms of bringing in digital tools to the operational activity. Another thing that's really, really important is that the tools will not do the job. The tool can be a deal breaker if it's not chosen right. So it needs to be the right tool. But the most amazing platforms out there will still be empty. And we have had that exact experience. So you need to build a program on top of the platform. You need to have people creating the right content at the beginning and creating the initial momentum. You have to have the right value added on top of that platform. And it's very important. That's a big mistake that a lot of organization can do at the beginning. They think, oh, I will install that platform and have a consultant set up everything and I'll be okay. So the tool is just the foundation. And the third thing I would say is profile your user, like the project depends on it. If you will understand your user and what engages the user, I think you will do a lot of progress, even with platforms that are not the best platforms out there. So yeah, I think that's around 10 minutes, hopefully, of a crash course into what was our experience. We did a lot of amazing stuff. We have a lot of interactive content. We have engagement teams in place. So we have changed our internal structure of teams and everything based on the experience that we can create with digital platform. And we are reaching around 60,000 people in Romania, and we are preparing an even larger project and people all over the country. So we are beyond physical barriers, and we have a lot of personalized journeys, and we have connection with their phones, and they connect with themselves. So it has been an amazing journey so far, and I think technology did the big pivotal point in our impact.
Thank you so
Thank you. I think that's it. I would give the floor back to Paul. If I'll see any questions in the comments, maybe I will join the chat and reply there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Paul. And yeah, 60,000 people. It's hard to imagine how you could reach them without technology, without the help of technology. That's definitely a lot. And thank you also for giving already this crash course into different tools that people can use. So yeah, once again, thank you, Paul, for joining this opening session. And we will definitely share the tools, the names of the tools, and the links to them in our Slack channel, in the random channel at Slack, so that you can also find them and maybe test them out if you find them useful for yourselves. So that was the first sort of part of the event, and so we are moving forward. And now we will have a bit of a longer talk, also an interactive talk, on the current trends and the need for digital skills and also the importance of learning. So that's why I would love to welcome back to the stage Anna Andersone, the CEO of Riga TechGirls, to give this talk. Anna, welcome back to the stage.
Thank you, Pals. And thank you, Paul. I was listening to the experience that you were sharing, and I couldn't agree more. So I think what I want to stress from what Paul said, so yeah, first of all, the digital tools will not work themselves. So there has to be the team that is committed to using this tool, and we have had that same experience at Riga TechGirls. We have tried very many tools over the years, and I can definitely say that this is so true, that the team has to be committed. It's amazing if there is someone who can take on the responsibility of making sure that we always come back and use the tool, because the tool can be very useful, but if we're not using it, it's not working for us, right? I also agree that it has to be a management decision, and that there need to be resources allocated to implement the tools. And it's not just financial resources, it's time resources, it's the planning, the processes that we use. So all of that was really great, inspiring experience that you shared with us, Paul. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm now actually thinking maybe we can talk to you after the session and also invite you to share a bit more sometime later. But so far, yes, thank you so much. And now I want to share my screen as well and talk about digital skills. Why are they important? Why are we doing this program? I guess you already know why are you joining here, but just a little bit of information from our side as well. So this will be an interactive presentation from my side, and I am inviting all of you to join here on menti.com. So you can join from your phone or from your computer on menti.com, and once you get in there, you can either use this code that is under here, or you can use the QR code from here, from this slide to join. I can see that there's a thumb up already. So somebody has joined, and I can see some more people joining. Thank you. Thank you for being so active and interactive and joining me here. I think it's going to be more fun if more of you join, so we can have a little bit more interaction with each other, and just, yeah, feel a little bit how we can, you know, who else is here, and learn just a little bit about each other, because I know it's an evening, at least here in Latvia, it's evening, and maybe some of us are already, you know, a bit tired after the day, but it's still kind of not forbidden to have some fun. And just to check in at how we're feeling at the moment, my first question for you on the Menti tool, on the menti.com, is how are you feeling today? So maybe you are sunny, maybe you are a bit cloudy today, maybe you feel rainy, or some of you might feel thundery. I see there are some people who are a bit thundery, or maybe you feel like a rainbow, and that's amazing as well. So just to check in with what is the feel in this group today? Who have we gathered online to meet each other? And I'm very happy to see that, yeah, there are 39% sunny. And I understand the people who are a bit cloudy because it's an evening as well. I hope that the rainy people are going to feel more sunny maybe tomorrow. And there's no shame in being rainy. There have to be rainy days, right? We have to have that rain sometimes as well. And some people are thundery. Also great to, you know, acknowledge your emotions and your feelings. And great to see the rainbowy people as well joining us here. So yeah, thank you for showing us how you feel today and how our group is feeling today. Very, very happy to learn about that from you. All right, so now we'll move forward. And I want to ask, where are you joining from today? So are you from our country here in Latvia? I know that there was someone from Armenia. I know that Paul is from Romania. Maybe there's someone from Italy. Maybe there's someone from France. And yeah, if you can also write not just your country, but you can also write your the city or town that you're joining in from. Oh, there's someone from Estonia and Portugal and Belgium. Awesome. And Lithuania. Hey, great to have you, Lithuania. Armenia. There's someone from Edge. Okay. From Europe. Okay. From the universe. That's great as well. All right. Moriani and New York. Oh my gosh, that is so great. What's the time in New York? In New York, it's now what, 12:24. So yeah, noon. Okay, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Oh my gosh, that is so great. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I see some people from Brasa and Croatia as well, and Tunisia. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Turin in Italy. That is great. So grateful for you joining us. And Germany. Hi, Germany. Awesome. So many international people. And Norway. Cool. Awesome. Norway as well. Okay. Is there anything new? Any new? Boston? Oh, great. I'm going to Boston actually on Thursday. So we'll be in the same city. All right. Do I see any new names here? No, I think it looks like I mentioned everyone. And yeah, welcome. Very happy to see you. We can still see that Latvia is most represented, and that is quite logical, I would say, because we are most known in Latvia. So that's like the awareness of the brand and the kind of the organization plays a role, right? But I'm also very happy that we have all the international people here, and you're a great crowd. So super, super happy to have you. All right, so let's move forward. Just a quick note on what do you expect from this program. I know that we have prepared it, but I must say that in our previous programs, that where we have worked together with these specific audiences, like school teachers, like healthcare professionals, we have always been open to listening to the audience, and especially in Slack, we always want it to be a two-way communication channel. So it's not just, you know, us coming up and telling you how things should be, but it's about interacting, listening in to you, and what are your needs, what is your feedback, and we want to, you know, provide the best quality and the best tools for your needs. That's why we spent quite a lot of time researching the market before we launched the program, but still during the program, we are open to, you know, adjusting and sharing whatever is best for you. And I see that knowledge is definitely winning in what is expected from this program. So definitely we will provide that. Tools and new skills. Awesome. That's exactly what we're going for. New knowledge, self-growth. Amazing. Well, self-growth is something that we are, you know, growing within ourselves, but the information and the sessions that we're going to have will definitely be very useful for that. Toolkits, growth, and fun. That's great. I also expect to have fun here. Opportunities, new opportunities, tools developed in the program. Okay. I guess during the workshops, there will be more opportunities to work on that. Practical knowledge. Exactly. That's what we want to share. Practical knowledge from our experience and from the experience of the professionals that we will be having in the sessions as lecturers. This is always practical knowledge that is coming from experience, not some theory or something from, you know, up there somewhere. Expand knowledge. Great. I think, thank you so much for sharing also this, your expectations. It's very important to, you know, feel the vibe. What are your expectations, and what are you looking for when you join us here? Okay, Google Analytics, that is part of the program as well. New connections, great. Actually, yes, I think many of the programs are very useful when you can make new connections. So Slack is the place where to get these new connections, and I definitely encourage you to feel free to use Slack for connecting with the people, and also you can feel free to connect to the lecturers who will be coming here, who will be inviting that. If I think many of them are open to connect on LinkedIn or some other professional networks. All right, so let's move forward. All right. So today, this is about the knowledge, about self-growth, and about, you know, learning new experiences. And what I want to share are some insights from the future of work expert and strategist, Ms. Heather E. McGowan. She's from US, and here is some data and some kind of observations and analysis that she has done, and she was also presenting at Human Potential, Future Learning and Leadership. So here we will look at where we are in this age and what are the opportunities that we have to use, and what has changed, and why do we need to learn these new digital skills. So first of all, if we look at what is the perspective that we're currently at within our economic, our financial, our organizational, and just, you know, life in general, is that there has been a paradigm shift in the labor force in general and in the development of our economy. So what we are seeing is there's a lot of labor shortages. Even if the economic situation is not currently the best and we're not growing as fast as economies, we still see that there is very little unemployment. So everyone is employed. And what we see is that there is lack of people. I don't know whether you have encountered that, but we have definitely encountered that here. And what I see from the statistics is that it's true in other countries all over the world, is that there is a lack of skilled and educated people for the positions that we need to fill. And there are shifting norms in the way we work. So we have shifted from, 8 to 5 office time to working 24/7 from anywhere in the world. And these type of norms, they change the way that we work on every level. There has been exponential growth in technology. So while we have seen, technological growth during the previous decades, in the past couple of years, this growth has been so fast that it's very, very hard to keep up with this exponential growth. So what we need to be engaged in this age, in this technology age, we need to think about how we can thrive in our lives and how we can take care of our wellness in this changing landscape. So where we are is actually existential crisis, and we need to change our attitude and the way that we develop ourselves. So self-development and self-growth, as we saw as one of the goals that you're joining this program, this is what we need to do to actually make sure that we survive well in this changing paradigm shift. Okay, so what is the thing that has changed so much? If we look at our work approach, and if we look at the education and the education systems that we have been employing in our societies over the past decades and some hundreds of years, actually. These systems have been developed when life expectancy was about 60 to 70 years. So here, 66 years average. And it was sure that people would get to a pension age at 64.5. And how we would develop our education was very strictly set. So there is education in the youth. So you go through the school, and then you have a bachelor's degree or some kind of higher education. And by 22, you're set for life. Then you get a job in the profession that you're trained in, and you develop your career ladder. So by the end of you go through the same career all through your life, and you just finish it at the top of your career, and you take the retirement afterwards. What has changed during the past couple of tens of years is that this is not true anymore, and success measures are not the same. So we cannot live through our lives with a predetermined skill set and existing knowledge that we have earned in school and in our professional training in the very beginning of our lives. So it means that we actually need to change something in the education process. And this is where we are now. The life expectancy is about 90 years or even more. And people don't go into retirement. They actually remain engaged in the long run. And the process of learning has changed. So there is no more opportunity to just learn something in the very young age and then go all through the life with the same knowledge that you have. You have to, every step of your life, at 20, at 30, at 40, you have to learn and adapt, and you have to create new value every step of the way because of the exponential growth of technology, because of the exponential change of everything that is happening in the world. So this is why digital skills and learning these digital skills is very important, so that we can use this lifelong learning approach and we can adapt to the situation, and we can create new value all through our lives. And if we look at the human eras that have been, developing, millions of years ago, there was the hunter-gatherer era. I'm sure you've heard about it. So this time span took millions of years. And what was at that time very important to survive and be successful was strength and speed. So you had to be able to hunt and catch the prey so you can eat. and what tools were used for efficiency. And so labor was using the tools for efficiency. Then there came the agricultural era, when we started, planting things. There were some millenniums that this era was taking up in our history. At that time, it was important to have know-how, how to plant the seeds, how to grow the harvest, how to capture the harvest, how to afterwards store it, and so on. That took us a couple of millenniums to go through. Then there came the industrial era, which was a couple of centuries. And in this case, we started to use machinery to do the job for us. So we became more efficient, and we used the technology and machinery to optimize things. What was important there is that knowledge became maybe like more narrow. So in the hunter-gatherer era, everyone had to have as much knowledge as possible to survive. And by the industrial era, then the knowledge became more and more narrow. So everyone became more focused on specific skill sets and specific know-how that they could use for the efficiency and for using these tools that we had developed. So after that came the information era. It has been here for a couple of decades. However, if we look at our mental models of how we learn, how we prepare, we haven't changed. So our education system has stayed the same as it was in the previous era, in the industrial era. In the information era, it's important to acquire knowledge all the time and to develop skills. And here we became even more narrow in our specialization. So specialization is very, very important in information age. You have to know the things that you need to know to be successful. So kind of becoming more and more specific and focused on a specific area, that's in the information era. And now where we actually have come to, which is the currently booming and developing, is the augmented era. And we don't know how long that will last. As we see, every era has become shorter in history. But at this era, it's important that we develop our creativity, agility, adaptability. And at this stage, it's important to now again widen our horizon and be aware, have this wider knowledge. As you can see here, the yellow circle and here, the yellow triangle here. So it's again important to adapt to the technology opportunities, this augmented opportunities that we can use in our everyday lives to become more successful. All right, let's look at some data, how it has changed during the past couple of years. If we look at the, for example, here we have technological change, how it has accelerated. And one of the things, which is a great example, is, for example, vaccine development. Some time ago, the average vaccine development time was somewhere between 10 and 15 years. So the scientists would, work on it, test it, it took a really long time. Digital transformation, it was, when it was planned a couple of years ago, it was planned to take about 5 years from the moment that an organization or a country decides to, proactively and strategically develop their digital transformation processes and go digital, and that it would take about 5 years on average. We were also planning to migrate into the cloud in about 10 years. And we were planning that task automation in the future would take about, almost 10 years, 9 years maybe in the process. However, you know that the pandemic hit us all. And what changed at that moment was the speed of all of these processes. So what we can see here is that vaccine was developed in 10 months compared to almost 15 years before that. Digital transformation happened in 60 days from the moment that there were lockdowns all over the world, and it didn't take 5 years to transform, but everyone was forced to transform very, very fast. And I know that it was a very painful transformation process for very many of the people, but it did happen so fast. Migration to the cloud actually happened twice as fast as it was planned. And task automation is now prognosed to take half the time that it was planned before. So it's planned that it will be less than 5 years that we move into task automation. And finally, the impact of generative AI that we have seen in the past couple of months and years, it has also, now what we see is that in the future, we don't know how fast it will actually develop, how fast we will see this impact of generative AI. However, the prognosis is that 63% of jobs would be augmented in the US in the near future. And I think this will be true about the other places of the world as well. And what we can learn from this data and from this change is that we definitely need to keep up with this development. We need to keep up with understanding what task automation means and how we can use it for us, for the NGOs as well, to keep up with the pace and keep up with the changes. So we have come to this stage when there is unprecedented pressure to learn and adapt to the situation as it is changing. Another thing which I want to talk about today is that, okay, so we can use the digital tools for efficiency. That is amazing. But what is happening with us outside of this digital scope and outside maybe also of our work scope? And this is another part of the information which I find is very important, especially for the NGO people who are very mission-driven and who, being mission-driven, can often, step over our limits and capabilities, our physical and emotional capabilities. And this is also something that is also regarded as an important topic when we think about the future of work in general. So here are some data on the daily negative emotions if we look back during the years. And what you can see here is that there is a growing trend. There's a growing trend in stress, which has grown from 31% of people felt stress yesterday in 2009, and 44 people have felt stress yesterday from those who were interviewed here in 2021. There has also been growth in the levels of worry, also from 30% to 40%. And also we can see this increasing line in anger and sadness. And of course, there are, scientists researching data about this, where it is coming from, what are the implications of this, what are the reasons for this. But why I want to mention this is that I think the people who, work at the nonprofits, we do it for many different reasons. And we have to be careful in thinking about ourselves first in this situation. And of course, this is also connected to the technology and digital tools that we use. So that is the other side of the coin here. If we look at what is the out of balance situation and what are the behaviors that might be also what might be causing this increase in stress, increase in anger, sadness, and so on, is for example, the amount of time that we spend on our phones. And here is just some average data of screen time: 3 hours, 43 minutes a day. And people check their phones 96 times a day, once every 10 to 12 minutes. I don't know what is your statistics here. I know that my screen time is also about 4 hours a day. I know that I use my phone a lot for my work and for my digital tools. However, it's important to also follow up what are really the uses and whether my usage of the phone or the tools that I'm using or the digital tools is in balance or out of balance with other things and being outside of this scope as well. And what is interesting about this emotional well-being and the stress levels, for example, was in this research about meetings and breaks. I don't know how your day is like, but when I heard about this in the Future of Work conference, I thought a lot about how many breaks a day do I take and how do I plan for those breaks. Because here we can see the levels of stress that we can monitor if a person is not taking breaks between the meetings, and what are the levels of stress if there are breaks between the meetings. So this is a research that was done with EEG cap monitoring electrical activity in the brain that symbolizes the stress levels of our brain. And I can definitely say that very often in my day, I go from meeting to meeting without any breaks. And of course, whether we, give into this feeling or not, this stress is definitely there. And it's important to use our tools, not just, to make everything very efficient and go from meeting to meeting, but also to use the tools to support us in having some breaks and especially tuning off from our devices. All right. Another thing which I wanted to mention here is about the learning zone. So when we are working on something, there is a very low pressure zone, which we call the comfort zone. Is where we do the things that we are used to, that we know how to do, that we like to do. And we sometimes could be even bored that we're doing the same thing that we already know about. But to increase our performance, we need to increase the pressure on ourselves and we need to get outside of the comfort zone. And in the middle of mid pressure, we call it the stretch zone, which is the learning zone. And this is also the peak performance, is where we learn best. And this is where we want to be also with this program. We want you to be in the stretch zone. So you might be learning some new tools, but we don't want you to be panicked or stressed out. So please feel free to always come back and talk to us if there is anything that is bothering you. Because if we go into too much pressure, if we use too many new tools, if we get too much information that we don't know, we actually go into exhaustion and there's a risk of burnout. And this is the panic zone. And unfortunately, if we look worldwide, internationally, this is a place where many people are stuck in at the moment. There is too much pressure. There is too much information, too many new tools, too many new opportunities, too many new demands on everyone. So people are exhausted and they are burned out and they are living for long periods of time in this panic zone. And this is where we don't want to be. We want to be in the learning zone, in the stretch zone. So what I mentioned before about well-being, about taking breaks, about taking care of yourself is very important to be in this learning zone where you can actually learn and not be exhausted and burned out. So just a quick interactive part again. Maybe you can just, type in here, how do you relieve pressure when you are maybe moving into that too much pressure, stress zone, to get back to the comfort zone or get back to the learning zone. Let's see what are some of the possibilities here. So from my experience, it's very nice to go outside for a moment or go for a walk. Definitely have a break, make some tea maybe, have a quick chat with a person that is close to me. Yeah, but I'm curious to see what are some of the tactics that you use for yourself? Okay, having a break. The sea, oh yes, the sea is amazing. Walking, very good. Walking is definitely something that relieves this, lets the stress hormones out and makes you feel better. Nature, awesome. Nature is very good to reconnect with yourself and get back to the comfort zone or learning zone. Tea, music, great. Dancing, awesome. That's a great one. Push-ups, awesome. Okay, so there are some, strong, healthy people here with the, what did I say? Swimming pool. Yes, swimming pool. Oh my gosh, it's a very good one. If you can afford to have a swimming pool break, that's amazing. I've used that before in my stressful years at a startup as well. Silence. Oh yes, having a cappuccino, awesome. A bottle of red wine, great to unwind in the evening. Yoga, oh yes, definitely yoga. Family, breath work, great stuff. Breath work, that is the best thing everyone should learn for sure. Eye exercises, awesome. That is very nice as well. Oh yeah, I should look somewhere in far and then somewhere close. Very good. Watching a film, yeah, very nice to wind down. Listening to music, watching Netflix, yeah, Netflix and chill, of course. Hobbies, yeah, cycling, very good. Driving, yeah, it can work sometimes as well. Sometimes it can be a bit stressful, but sometimes it can be very nice. Meditation, of course. Games, very good. Having fun in games, the best way to unwind. Awesome. So I see that many of you already have some great tactics and some great activities that you use to get back to your natural state, and keep up with those for sure. This is very important to, wind down and be able to develop further in the next day, because really, yeah, living in the high pressure zone is not very healthy for all of us. Let's see, what are the new things that came here? Change focus for some time. Yeah, very good. Cross stitching, awesome. That is a great hobby as well. Breathe, walking, cycling. Yeah, I think we saw most of those. Swimming pool, running. Yeah, of course, running is definitely a great idea. All right. So this is something that we can maybe look into whatever someone else is doing here, and maybe try a new thing as well if you wanna have a kind of different way to unwind. So great ideas here. Thank you all. All right. So let's get back to some more kind of information of where we are. What we can look at our knowledge base as a Swiss knife. So there is the foundational knowledge and fundamental literacies that we learn in the primary education sector. So at school, we learn about history, philosophy, ethics, sciences. And we learn about computational thinking, expression. So we learn to write, we learn to present, we learn to do visual slides and things like that, and some reasoning as well. We also learn in the early age, we learn human behavior. So we learn about psychology, sociology, and organizational behavior. Then in the university, we go into more detail, and we go into probing, propositional thinking. So we work with prototyping, design thinking, ethnography. And these are also some of the things that we will be talking about in our course here, because it's also possible to use a lot of the digital skills and digital tools for these steps. And we also learn about scaling and impact and different, systems that we can use and that we can be part of. That's the university part. But then in the lifelong learning, here are the skills that we need to learn that are specific to our occupation, that are technical skills that are changing all the time. And the digital skills is part of that. these technical skills that are developing, and there are new opportunities, new tools coming in. So this is the part where we come also in with our digital skills for NGOs program. Is this part of the Swiss Army knife of your knowledge that is expertise and perishable skills that you definitely will be changing and you need for the current situation. And something that is maybe, you know, a bit more abstract, but I wanted to also mention here is that in the history, when I talked about this knowledge, how it has narrowed down during the different eras. So if you see the I on the left here, the disciplinary expertise is that you become an expert in some field, and you become a very narrow and very, you know, focused expert. So this is the red one here. Then what has happened in the previous couple of years, and for some of the professions, is the importance of multidisciplinary T-shaped knowledge. So you learn some specific know-how, you develop in that, you become the blue person up here, but you need to also know a little bit of the information that is around it to be, you know, a great expert in the field. You need to know also some things that are connected to your field and how to connect these different parts together. But then the new wave of information and of education and of knowledge that we need to have to be competitive in this age, in the era of augmented era, is where we need to learn how we can best work not just in the T-shaped form with other people in their know-how, but also in this X form with the human-machine interactions, and where the disciplines that we are experts at, that they converge together using this human-machine interaction. And this is what is called the learning agility and flows of knowledge, is that we use this machine indulged information and processes to become transdisciplinary people who can, you know, work with different parts, not just with different specialists in the field, but also with machinery and technology, and we can involve that in our process. So this is kind of this is more about the theory of how expertise has changed during the times from disciplinary to transdisciplinary. That is the future of education, that where we should go, and where also this lifelong learning is very important. And another quick question for interactivity: how do you ensure lifelong learning for yourself? What are the approaches that you use? For example, from my side, I can say here is that I always look out for conferences that are talking about the topics that are important to me, like lifelong learning, like future of work, like digital skills development, and I listen into those. So that is one. I will also give space here for you to post some of your methodologies. Teach others. Okay, that's actually an amazing approach, because you know that when we hear something, we learn a little bit. When we actually do that, then we learn more. But if we teach it to someone else, that's the best way to learn. Working with youth, awesome. That is great. Youth can always teach us a lot. Make plans for learning. Okay, very important. That's the first step, right? To make plans. Search, yep, doing research. Setting goals, awesome. Networking, yep, networking with other people who might give us some know-how, some information. Books, courses, reading, very good. Webinars, amazing. Not to lose interest, yeah, very important. Motivation is the #1 most important thing in any learning process. Make a list. Okay, yeah, making a list of how am I gonna, make that happen. Do volunteer work, great stuff. Yep, by doing, yep, learning by doing, also very good. Learning all the time, great. I think we have an amazing group of people here who all have these great ideas on how to ensure lifelong learning works for you. Staying curious, awesome. That is the best way to do that. Work training, yep, very good. It's very good. The companies who offer training and offer the people to stay, alert and allow us to learn lifelong, that's the best. Studies, very good. If it's possible and you can afford that time-wise, it's amazing. Let's say, okay, reading books. Something that I didn't notice here, but which I use is listening to podcasts as well. So just following some of the podcasts that are out there on the themes that are interesting for me and that can bring some things. Also, actually, sometimes documentaries can be good. So watching some documentaries about some of the things gives me ideas and supports in learning. Just, to add a little bit to the great list that you have already made here. All right. Thank you so much for being so responsive and interactive with this. Children and grandchildren. Yes. Okay, of course. Going with the kids is really good for us for development. Debate groups. Okay, John noticed that. That is really cool. Define clear objectives. Yeah, very good. Discussions. Talking to people. Very good. Yeah, great ideas here. We'll also have that as a slide for you later. Okay. Okay, so actually we've come to the final part of what I wanted to present here today. I just wanted to check in now with you. What is the one thing that you're taking with you after this session? So I'll just pause here and give you a moment to think and write in. What is the one thing that you are taking with you, that you enjoyed, that you found useful? Yep. Just out of curiosity for myself. Motivation. Growing in the stage is a necessary skill. Do not be shy and continue learning. New beginnings. It's important to keep evolving. Yep. Inspiring community. Awesome. Stay open-minded. Very good. Readiness to proceed. Inspiration, motivation. Great to hear that. Other and wider look on unknown problems. Good. Lifelong learning. Yeah. Always be active and keep improving. Context of zeitgeist. Okay. Be open for change and growth. Cool. Very good. Energy, motivation without slacking off. Yeah. Never stop learning. Be friends with AI and digital tools. Great. Techniques of Swiss Army model. Cool. New era, new us. Yeah, very true. I need to get on with the job market. And yep, very good. Yeah, tech trends are currently very important and developing. Learning something new. Eagerness. Digital solutions require leadership, resource commitment, paradigm shifts are significant. Great. Very precise. And different looking things. It's funny to see such a voting tool. Okay, cool. Thanks. Give me curiosity and motivation. Okay. New useful information to think about. Good stuff. Paying attention to fast changing world. Yep. Very good. Awesome. Very nice to hear all of these takeaways that you're taking with you. And this was exactly the plan for today, to kind of get you kicked off and inspired. And I hope that has become true, and you will be, pumped up for the next session, which will also be amazing. Actually, we'll have a really great mentor, and I think Pulse will probably talk about her more. But I'm very excited about the next session, about all of the sessions coming. Thriving in wellness. Yeah, very good. All right. So from my side, lovely takeaways that you have already. I wanted to add 2 things to remember. So first, take care of yourself first. That is also why we have these sessions recorded. You don't have to be in real time. However, being in real time is very good because we can get your questions. And I'm sure there will be more interactive sessions in the future as well, where you can participate. And it's the best value that you can get. However, take care of yourself first. And if you can't make it, if you are tired, if it's hard for you, just take your time and do it on your time. And always continue learning. So this life is very changing, and we are going to live long lives, and we will need the knowledge on the things that are current and are changing. So always continue learning. That's from my side. So thank you so much for being interactive, for joining the discussion and sharing your viewpoint. That from my side is all, and I'm inviting Paul back to the stage with me.
Yes, I am back right here. I never really left. Was just not
on
seen
the
on the stage.
Just not on the stage, yeah.
Just not on the stage. So yeah, thank you so much, Anna, for sharing all this information, all this knowledge, and being so interactive with the audience. We are going to go continue trying to do that throughout the whole program, but each mentor has their own take on doing things, so might be different in some sessions. So as mentioned previously, this is the time when we can ask questions. Anna is here. She's more than willing to answer some. We still have, let's say, 20 minutes, 15 minutes until we need to wrap this opening session up. But there was one question that was already asked to Paul. He tried to sort of answered it in the chat on YouTube, but maybe you have a different take on it. So the question was as follows: which digital platforms would you recommend to have? And Paul asked a follow-up like for what reason and so on. So the answer was for onco patient support organization. So maybe you have some ideas already. What comes to me in mind is, like, the first thing is either a WhatsApp or Slack communication platforms, basically where we can have instant communication. But maybe you have something else.
Yeah, depending on the country as well. So some of the platforms that we use for the communication in other parts of the world where WhatsApp maybe is not that used can be Telegram or Signal. But if the idea is for the support organization, I'm thinking like there probably are some other needs as well, not just communication. Could there be some, I don't know, SOS needs there, or some just general, information sharing, which could be like in a form of forum, not just like a group and one way, but forum where people can support each other. I think that could work, and there are many platforms for that. I'm not sure if I can name one, but I can also see here from Paul that he mentioned Facebook Workplace, Zoom. Yeah, Zoom is actually very easy for meetings, or Google Meet. We have used that for some other communities as well. And it's possible to organize an event there. People can join, and they can meet with experts in different breakout rooms as well. So yeah, it can be for interactions, as you saw. Menti is a good way to do that, and Paul also mentioned that.
I think as for Facebook groups, I mean, in the past, we have used Facebook groups as well for Discover Tech some years ago, and other programs. And it depends also. I think in this case, it's also worth talking to your audience to find out what they are used to, because like Paul previously mentioned, the platform he was showing, it was built on a very similar concept to Facebook, because most of us, we are on Facebook. We are posting things there, or we are sharing things, or just, browsing. So it might be worthwhile to also consider a Facebook group. What you need to do then is just to moderate it, invite all the people there, and hopefully at some point, people will also start posting things, important information, and of course supporting each other, because that's also going to be a platform where most of your, well, I wouldn't say clients in this case, but then again, clients in a sort of a way, they probably are on Facebook already, so it's going to be easier. It's going to be one of the most easiest ways to reach them. Whereas if you introduce a new platform like Slack, what I previously mentioned, probably a lot of people don't know it yet, and thus it's going to be also a bit more difficult. There's a learning curve to consider in that case.
Another thing which I thought was, for example, Notion, which many organizations use. It's also a free tool, and you can write there and make it like a website, very easy to use and very convenient for the communities. I see also here that there's someone from Service Civil International who are using Asana for task management. So if you think about tasks management, then Trello is one tool that we have used as well. Asana is very good for that. So it depends really on the need that you need to solve here. And we will be talking about different tools for efficiency and productivity in the upcoming sessions. So you can also just join there and listen into those.
Okay, perfect. I see there are no more questions as of right now. So maybe, Anna, you have any, I don't know, takeaways or something to give the audience how best to prepare for what's to come. Any tips and tricks?
I guess the best way would be to really come to the real-time session, so that it's possible to ask the questions and meet the lecturer at the time that they're speaking, and find out more if you have anything. And just be open-minded. You don't need to, read much before or prepare in some other way, but just come with an open mind to be a sponge of all of the information that will be coming at you. I will also invite you to kind of assess if the session that is coming is how important it is for you. Because as I mentioned in my presentation, it's super important to take care of yourself first. If something is not, you feel like, oh, maybe this is not something top 100% my priority, don't stress it out. You can maybe, watch afterwards the recording on YouTube at speed 2x or something, just, to keep up with it. But please take care of yourselves. And most efficient will become in real time, but you can watch it in the recording, and you just come with an open mind, and that will be the most efficient way to do that.
Thank you so much. And it feels like a part of our audience decided to take their time and to enjoy the last warm evenings of the summer if you are in our region. And it's also a Monday evening. So yeah, a lot of participants are going to be watching this in the recording, it feels, which is a good thing, because definitely worth doing that as well. But like Anna mentioned, it's definitely more useful to join in the real time, to actually ask questions to the speakers, because that's the moment when you get the opportunity to do that. Okay, in this case, I guess, Anna, I want to say a huge thank you for joining me this opening session, for being here, for presenting, and for supporting our participants already. And I know I can whisper to the participants that we are going to be seeing you again, hopefully definitely in the closing session. But apart from that, there is going to be another topic you are going to be talking about.
Yeah. Is it October 20? Oh, no, September 27. Yeah, website creation. So that's going to be my topic as well, since I come from web design background with my companies before, and I'm going to share some of the things that I've learned over the years. But yeah, I wanna say that the next session with Liga, I think is going to be really great, and please don't miss out on that coming up this Wednesday already.
That is true. Stole my words from me, but that's okay.
Sorry.
Once again, thank you so much for joining this evening, joining the opening session.
Thank you, pals.
And of course, thanks to everyone who participated, whether watching the live stream or watching the recording at the time that you prefer better. Yeah, a huge thanks also to Liza and to Paul for joining. And there are a couple technical sort of things I want to mention before we completely finish this opening session. And one of those is that we have prolonged the registration for the Digital LBC for NGOs program until October 16th. So in case you are watching this, but you haven't yet registered, you definitely still have the opportunity. Just head on over to digitalabc.org, and there you will have the possibility to register for the program. I will quickly just put the website here on the screen. So yeah, if you haven't yet registered but want to do that, there's still time. Please do so. But I do need to mention that this is the final session that is a public session. So basically, the rest of the sessions, starting from this Wednesday, they are only going to be available to the participants that have registered for the program. So yeah, if you don't want to miss out on all of the topics that we are going to be talking about, I would definitely advise you to register. And of course, as for everyone else who has registered, give a shout out to your friends and family. Maybe they are working in NGOs, to your networks. If they are willing to develop themselves, to learn new things, then this is definitely a wonderful opportunity. And as mentioned previously, yes, it's better to join these sessions in the real time, because that's the moment when you can ask questions, but you don't necessarily need to do that. You can watch these sessions and participate in this program in your own pace. There are going to be tests, but they need to be done only a week after the program ends. So you can definitely participate in all the sessions in the modules altogether whenever you feel like doing so. If you have work to do in the evenings, or if it's, it's a Monday, maybe you are too tired to participate. That's completely understandable. So yeah, take care of yourself, definitely. Another thing for the participants that have already joined the program, that we sent out an email with information regarding this session, information regarding the introductory event. In both of these emails, you also received a link to join our Slack workspace. So if you are willing to, and if you want to learn already a new tool, and if you want to access this instant communication platform with us, I would definitely suggest joining Slack, because there we will be posting a bit more information than you will receive via email. But still, via email, you will receive all the important information. So if you don't want to join Slack, that is okay. You will still receive everything you need to know, everything you need to receive via email, and you will also find things on our website. On our website, you can find all the recordings from the sessions. Currently, you can see there the introductory event, also this, the opening event. And in the Q&A, but in the FAQ part of the website, you can already find a sort of Q&A section. There you can publicly, as in only for the registered participants, there you can ask any questions you are interested in, and either us, someone from the team, or you yourselves can give answers to those questions. So also feel free to use that section to find answers to the most burning questions you have. What else have I written down? Okay, there's another thing I need to mention, is that some of you received an email that you have been made participants of a Digital ABC participant Google group. That is a group mainly meant for us so that we can more effectively send out informational emails to you. So if you click on the link to join that group, you won't be able to, and that's okay. You're already a part of that group. This is more meant for us. For you, for the main groups where you need to be is Slack and website. So this is just, yeah, for your knowledge. So that is that. It was really my pleasure to moderate, to host this first session. Once again, thanks to Liza, to Paul, and to Anna for participating in this session. Of course, a huge thanks to everyone, every single one of you who participated in real time, who's watching this in the recording. And yes, this Wednesday, we are going to have our first serious, so to say, although this was serious already. This was no joke. But we are going to have our first session where we are going to be touching upon the topics regarding digital skills, the digital tools. And the first session is going to be about design thinking and user experience. If this feels alien to you, this topic, don't worry. We are going to go over the ABCs of it. And as Anna mentioned, we will have a wonderful mentor. It's Liga Leitinga. She is currently working at Printify. She's also helping us at Riga TechGirls, and she's really great at what she does. So that is that for today, and see you all on Wednesday. Same time as always. Well, this was the first time we used that time, or the second, but going on from here on out, it's going to be 5:30 until 7:30 CET, or Central European Time. That's when we will have our live sessions. And let me check if you have any questions regarding the program. Okay, I see that. Is it possible to create a Facebook group for this training so that we can get to know each other better and exchange more effectively within our association? For that reason, we created the Slack workspace. So I would suggest joining that. As for the Facebook group, we will consider this among us, among the team. But yeah, for this, to get to know each other and to exchange information more effectively, I would really suggest joining the Slack workspace, because that's the sole reason why we created that. So once again, thanks to everyone, thanks to all the speakers today, thanks to every one of you who was watching, and I will see you on this Wednesday at 5:30, where we will talk about design thinking and user experience. Have a wonderful evening, and see you on Wednesday. Goodbye.